look at these three colours: teal, orange, and deep pink. And on their own, each one is gorgeous, but together they're fighting and nobody's winning. Nobody gets to be the hero colour, it's just noise. I'm Paula from On a String, this is Bead Design, and today we're going to fix it. I call it the bridge bead, and once you see what it does, you'll never build a palette without one again. So we have here our teal, orange, and deep pink. Three strong colours, and what do we do with this? First, I'd ask, is this palette trying to do too many things at once? The teal is cool, the orange and pink are warm, and they're literally pulling in different directions. Watch what happens when I swap the teal for purple. Now we have orange, deep pink, and purple, and they're all warm. They're all from the same family. And there's still contrast. The purple and orange are doing some interesting work against one another, but they're not fighting anymore. The palette has direction. Even with a warm palette, even when your colours agree, it can still feel like a lot, and that's where your bridge comes into it. A bridge bead does three things. It gives your colours room to breathe. It manages the relationships between strong hues, and it stops them crashing into each other. And it adds a layer of sophistication without competing for attention. So what happens when I start to put some gold beads in amongst this colour palette? See how the gold sits between them? It's not shouting, it's not trying to be the pop bead, it's just managing traffic. And that's the job of the bridge bead. If you've heard of the 60-30-10 rule, this is how I would apply it. The dominant colour takes about 60% of the space. The secondary colour, 30%. The accent, the pop, just 10%. And here, purple is dominant, orange is secondary, and deep pink is doing the spotlight work. But there is this little bridge bead of gold scattered throughout. It's not a fourth colour, it doesn't get its own percentage. It lives inside the other proportions. A few beads here, a line there. And think of it as mortar between the bricks. You don't really see it, but without it, nothing holds. These are neutrals: gold, silver, bronze, and copper. And when you're using them as a bridge, they're not statement beads, they're not your pop bead, they're neutrals. And I know, it feels wrong, they're so shiny. When gold sits between the warm colours, it defines, it separates it, and it gives every colour more clarity. And it's not stealing the show, it's running the show from behind the scenes. Metallic isn't your only option. We have black, cream, and white. Black sharpens everything. It's like a graphic design hint. It defines edges, adds drama, and makes colours look bolder. And if you want your palette to feel strong and graphic, black is your bridge. Cream or white do the opposite. They add air, breathing room. The palette softens without losing its warmth. And metallic, it ties the warm colours together and adds richness without competing. The same core palette, three completely different moods. The bridge bead is doing all of that heavy lifting. And one more thing before we go. You might be looking at a warm palette, purple, orange, deep pink, and thinking, does this actually work on me? That's such a great question, and that's exactly what we're talking about next time. Warm tones, cool tones, and how to choose colours that don't just look good on a mat, they look good on an actual human. Your skin tone, your hair, your colouring, it all matters. The next episode, don't miss it. For today, the free guide that goes with this episode is linked below. It's a planning worksheet. It maps your 60-30-10 palette, chooses your bridge, and see what changes. If you're enjoying bead design and you want to go deeper, the Design Eye is my YouTube membership. Early access to episodes, extended content, and a community of beaders who think about design the same way you do. The link is below, and I'd love to see you there. Thank you so much for joining me. If this was useful, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.